The Salem County Chamber of Commerce is pleased to offer this workshop on effective networking with presenter Kim Gattuso. The Chamber's Business Education Committee appreciates our sponsors, Atlantic City Electric, the Delaware River and Bay Authority, PSEG Nuclear, and Salem Community College.
Good morning. What Bill forgot to tell you is for about 15 years I've been voluntold to do a lot of these per the group, and some little peer pressure, but it's okay, thanks. The reason I'm not intimidated to stand in front of here is because I've been doing networking for quite some time. And part of networking is having conversations. And I also like education. I am a huge fan of education. Always be learning, always, always, always. Whether it's what you're doing for your job, whether it's what you're doing for your family, or what it is you're doing for your life. I'm a continual learner. I read all the time. I read one absolute trash fiction book a month, and then I read one that's good for my mental health. So let's start with this. I'd like to, anytime you have a question, please raise your hand. Please, let's have a conversation. Networking and these, I like to have those conversations because you're going to learn about the person next to you, maybe a little bit more than you knew before you showed up. And you're also going to learn a little bit more about what you're here to learn. So please, please just raise your hand. If I don't see it, please someone over here let me know. This is what I like to do with networking, right? With any kind of presentation I do. We're going to have a meme that's relevant. And don't worry, there's not even 20. There's not even 20. Why am I up here and what makes me a master networker? I started in marketing in 2006. And by I started in marketing, I mean this is me working in the appointment center and the owner of the company I worked at coming up, dropping marketing for dummies down in front of me and says, "You're our marketing department." This is before Facebook was marketing. This was like a friend page for your company way back in the day. So I said, how do I do this? And I opened it and it had a whole chapter on networking and it said Chamber of Commerce. Within weeks I met Jennifer and it just snowballed to an avalanche on what I can do. B&I has been a huge part of what I do. The chambers have been a huge part of what I do, very specifically the Salem County Chamber, because this was the home base of the company that I was at. But they're also the Gloucester County Chamber. Individual city chambers are very good if they're in your territory or specifically what you're looking for. Our territory was from 195 in the middle of New Jersey all the way down, all the way to the shore and halfway through Pennsylvania. Did I love those drives to the networking? No. No. Did I do it anyway because it's effective for your business? Absolutely. And my job was to get the leads, to get the referrals, to get all the information from customers to the company. So a lot of people take networking as sales, right? It's sales and marketing, sales and marketing, sales and marketing. It is. They're the same thing, the same plane, but they're very different. You're selling in marketing to get the leads and get the referrals. You're selling yourself. You're selling your company, you're selling your team, you're selling your skills. So you want to make sure that when you're talking to someone, you have those conversations about what they have that you can give to them. It is what B&I calls a giver's gain. I have people 25 years and they'll still contact me. I haven't talked to them in 5-10 years. They'll say, "Hey, do you know somebody who can do a basement door slide out in Pennsylvania?" Because they know that I have the contacts of trusted people, people that I know will not do it and people that I know will. Or if they're like, "Hey, I got a quote from this company. Can you please find out who they are?" Absolutely. And then I'll call my contacts and find out if they're going to ruin your life or not. If you're going to be on the BBB trying to figure it out. Not just that, but I have lawyers, I have real estate agents, I have insurance agents, I have all these people in my network that have people coming to me, which is great, but I get to give them. I don't mind that people call, but I love to help them. Here is your connection. Here you go. I was actually just talking to Jeff earlier about how I'm very good with hooking my friends up. Since I was a kid, there's about 15 successful marriages because I can see things in people that they'll connect, right? So if someone comes to me and says, "Hey, I need a real estate agent," there are people that I will immediately refer to Chris Hooks because their personalities are going to be on. And there's people that I won't. Love you, Chris. Because I know that's not going to work out for either of them. So in networking, people like them. You have to make sure that when you're networking, you're giving them what they're looking for and the personality type that they are looking for, and you are the vessel to do that. All right, so what is networking? Let's dive in. Dictionary.com, the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. This is networking. This is what it's supposed to look like, right? This is all the Shutterstock images, and we're networking. From AI, building genuine, mutually beneficial relationships by being authentic, showing interest in others, actively listening, and offering help and support rather than just seeking personal gain. Let's go one last time. Offering help and support rather than just seeking personal gain. Has anyone ever met the person that's looking to shark you at an event? And you're like, oh, crap. And you see them coming and you're, oh, no, it's my turn, oh, no. And then you just turn around. Or you do anything to not have to talk to this person. Your imaginary phone rings. Oh, I have to go. We've all done it. Do your best to not be that person at an event. Now, I'm going to eventually ask for volunteers because I have something to show you. And it's a lot easier if you're doing it from experience. This is what it looks like. One business card for your wallet, one for your desk, one for your suit, one for your other suit. This is what people think networking is supposed to be. If they don't really know what to do, they just think, you give me your business, but here's all my cards. Well, get away from me, dude. I don't even know what you do, but now I have 6 of your cards? Ugh. So, this is what the definition is. This is what AI thinks it is. And this is a lot of reality, right? We all have a lot of this in our memory at networking events. That's why people, I don't want to go. I don't want somebody coming in and just shoving their cards at me, and I hate it. I don't like it. But know things before you go so you can make it effective. Why am I going? Am I looking for new individual clients? Am I looking for job opportunities? Am I trying to get visibility for my company? Am I looking for business partnerships? Am I B2B today? Am I prepared? Have I done my research on the people I know are attending? Jennifer is very good about sending out information on who's attending what events. So if there's someone that you're looking to connect with or someone from a business you're looking to connect with, you know they're going to be there. And you're ready. You have prepped. You are ready. Am I dressed appropriately? I've seen some things in a couple decades of networking of when they're coming to an event, and it's a good event. It's at a high level, high class, and they show up in like wrinkled. I'm just going to say that, just wrinkled. Or they wind up being the person that, it doesn't matter your style. Your style doesn't necessarily matter. It's the unkemptness, right? It is they're not prepared, or I don't want to talk to them, because if that's how they handle themselves, how are they going to handle me or my clients or my friends or my family? A lot of people just overlook that. They really do. Am I dressed for this event? If you're going and playing on a four-wheeler, you're not wearing these shoes. You're just not doing it, right? You want to dress appropriately for what you're about to spend your time doing. And a lot of people don't understand that. So check yourself in a mirror. Try to get a full length. Check your hair. Make sure there's no like eye crusties. Check your teeth. Bring a little flosser. And just be prepared. Be prepared. One of the things that I do is when you network a lot, sometimes you're like, oh man, another one. I just did a 10-hour day, but don't worry, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to stay at this place I don't like, with the food I don't eat, with these people I don't know. Cannot wait. I have a trick that I started doing probably about 15 years ago. And it started because I was selling. I don't want to sell. I don't want to go to someone's house and tell them they have to buy something from me. What I do want to do is go to their house, show them how my company can help them, or go to their business, show them how my company can help them, and then say, I can do all the things you want to do. I just need you to sign this piece of paper and write me that check, and then we can do it. Because now I'm helping them. That's how I sell, is I want to help somebody. If I don't want to help you, I'm not going to be as good at it, right? But I know that I had the best team, the best products, the best availability. I wanted to help someone make their home safer. That's why I would sell. But I didn't show up in a suit. I'm climbing in their crawl space. Now, I wouldn't show up in this either, but when they saw me put on a Tyvek suit and a face mask and climb into their crawl space, and the man outside the crawl space was like, are you okay? They bought every time. I didn't want that. I didn't want them to buy because I did it and they didn't. I wanted them to purchase from me because I was helping them accomplish their goal of making their home safer. So dress appropriately for what you're doing it for, where you're going, what you're going to eat. Always keep those little flossers in your bag, in your purse, in your pocket, somewhere just in case, because we've all had that moment where we go, oh no. We've all had it. Just prepare. Do I have a quick pitch on a product or service I'd like others to know about? Has anyone ever had, oh, what do you do? And then 37 minutes later, you're like, oh, that's great. Thank you very much for your entire rundown of your entire history of your entire life. Quick pitch. Anybody know how quick it should be?
I'm gonna guess 30 seconds.
30 seconds for someone who was ready to engage with you. 10 seconds for someone you just met. Hi, I'm Kim. I work at KG Consult. I like to help people and companies figure out their problems and then fix them. Now you have questions. What do you mean? How? HR? People? Accounting? How? Now you have questions, and I'm just gonna, there you go. Now I didn't just say and throw up on you what I do. I gave you an idea of what I do, and now you're like, well, what's that? And you can ask questions if you want. If you don't, I don't care, because I'm not there for me. I'm there for you. Because you have to take that. My trick is to sit in my car for 4 minutes and 27 seconds and play this absolutely ridiculous song very loudly about robbing someone, interestingly enough. It's a hip-hop song. I fell in love with the bass line and then realized what it was and didn't care, because I get hype off of that song. I get happy. I get excited. I am ready. Also, like, you're going to buy from me, right? In sales, you're going to purchase from me. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, but that's how I do it. If you have a song that calms you because you're nervous, pick that. Just have that be you park your car and you do it. Check your teeth, turn it up, and vibe. A lot of people are scared to network but won't admit it. It's hard talking to absolute strangers. I grew up one of 5 children. I'm number 2. A stranger wasn't a thing. We all had friends at the house. If one person brought them in, we all knew them. That was it. They were friends, went to church. Everyone knew everyone, right? Whether you wanted to or not, you knew them, or you were gonna, because you were in Sunday school with them, you were in one of the classes, VBS, you were in Awanas with them, you were going to meet them. It's the same thing. You're there for a purpose. Can someone please read this first sentence, or as a group, it doesn't matter. I just need to hear it out loud from someone. Mm-hmm. You're working to grow your net. Let's talk about these just a little bit. You're working to build your net. All these people are here. Do I need all of them? Nope. Will I? Might I? Probably. So you're building your net of clients, of new job opportunities. If you ever, it's not saying that you hate your job now and you're looking for a new one, but what if something happens and you know other people now in insurance? I know nobody else in insurance. And you're like, what is it that they have, right? Of relationships. Some of my networking contacts have turned into my best friends. I have had holiday dinners from people I met networking, just at their personal home. I have spent summers in pools. I have gone on vacations with. I have done business with the entire time. How you see, they say like the elite are always out networking. Yeah, because it works. Because it works. So you find yourself in these events that you would never choose to be like, I can't wait to go spend 3 hours over there talking to strangers. But you are building these things. You're building these things for yourself and for your company. You're working. It's still working. You still have to be in work mode. You can't just show up and be like, I'm done work. Let's have drinks. Right? Oh, God, please don't be that person. Because we've all seen that person too, right? The one that's coming to attack you with their business cards and the one who's hammered in the corner. And we're like, oh, no. You're working to grow your current relationships, your trust factor. You can trust me, not just what I do, but who I know, how I can help you. And your listening skills. Do I like being up here the whole time? Nope. You guys are working on your listening skills, doing amazing. So good. But you also have to listen to other people, right? How can you learn what they do, and how can you learn how you can help them if you don't stop talking? 2 ears, 1 mouth, act accordingly. It is very true for listening. because there are conversations that I have met people at networking events, and they came up to me at another one months later. Oh, Kim, how are you? How's things? What's going on? And I'm like, I don't remember your face. I don't remember anything about you. Oh, yeah, we were talking about, and then they go into how they were talking about them, and I was like, oh, yeah, the whole time. And then I go, oh, that's right. I was trying to get to the bathroom, and somehow I got stopped and heard all your trauma dumped on me. But hey, how are you? But you can't say that out loud, right? But these networking, these people that you're meeting, you're working on your listening skills. I have to work on listening skills because I have a teenager. I have a teenager at this college. She is my one and only. She is my rainbow baby, and she is the love of my life. But my God, at 11 p.m. when she decides that she wants to tell me all the dirt that happened at work or all the dirt that happened at school or ask the questions about our business class, I have to work on my listening skills. Am I tired? Yes. Do I sit back up and I buckle in and I'm ready and the song's in the back of my head just prepping for a teenager, right? You just have to do it. But I'm doing it here in situations like this have really helped me in my home life. These things will benefit you in your other relationships, your romantic relationships, your family relationships, because you're a better person for listening, for wanting to help, and for wanting to build those relationships. I will talk to someone about work at a barbecue. Doesn't matter what we're doing. Oh, you said you have a problem with the roof? Can you tell me a story about that? Oh, you need a lawyer? What kind of lawyer? Tips and tricks to win an event. Arrive early. It's easier to start conversations when the room isn't packed. It's easier to start a conversation and connect individually. If you are one of the first couple of people at an event, oh, it's so awkward. I was the first one there. I was the second one there. I want to be the first one there. I want to get my bearings. I want to see what the floor's like for my shoes. I want to know who's coming, who's sitting where. Jennifer, do you need any help with anything? So I have a project. I can do something when people come in. Oh, hi, I'm Kim. Here you go. This is for the chamber. This is for our event today. You know where the bathroom is. You know what the food situation is like. You know all of it because you showed up early. Now, early, that on time is early is early, and on time is late. Wait, what's the exact phrase? Anyone remember?
I've heard, like, if you're there 30 minutes, you're not there 30 minutes early, you're late. But that seems extreme.
That's very extreme.
Yeah.
I was here 30 minutes early because I knew I had to use the ladies before I did anything. So about 15, 20 minutes before is when I like to show up because, one, I got 4 minutes and 27 seconds I got to waste in my car, right? So I like to park a little bit further because I like to make sure that I can just pull out. When I'm done, I'm done. When I walk out the door, it's over, face comes off. When I get in the car, shoes come off, I'm driving, right? So I park myself at an angle to get out. No matter who parks like a crazy person anywhere else, I'm already backed into my space. I'm ready to start the car, we're gone, right? So I arrive early to get the good parking. Sometimes the good people want to be right up front. That's great too. Wherever you think the good parking is, show up early, get it, snag it, and be like, boom, that's a win. One win before I even started doing what I'm here to do. Scan the room, get comfortable with surroundings, say hello, introduce yourself to the host. Because you don't always know the host, right? You don't always know the host. But if it's a restaurant you were excited to try and they're having an evening networking event, hi, I've heard so much about your restaurant. You don't necessarily have to make a networking contact with the people at the networking event, but they're there. It's their restaurant. They can't wait to tell you the specials they got. They're super excited about the new fall menu or restaurant week or whatever it is. You can talk to anyone because anyone in your network is still a part of your network and your spider web grows, no matter who they are. Be as nice to the janitor as you are to the CEO. It helps mentally prepare and settle in, especially if you're nervous. It's good to show up a little bit early so you can get your bearings, you can know where the bathroom is, you know the seating situation. Did anybody have a trepidation about coming in today and wondering what the seating is like or anything about this morning? A little bit?
Locate the building. Make sure that you're in the right location, that it is downstairs.
That's another reason to be early. What if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? So I appreciate you being honest about that. So that's another good thing, right? A lot of people do this. I'm supposed to talk to people. Yeah, that's what you're here for. So there are great questions that you can ask. If you don't know what to say, if you're intimidated to say something, if you want to learn about something, these are things that the top networkers in the world who I've read books and follow on LinkedIn, These are the questions to ask. Now, there's something about all of these questions as a collective. It might not jump out to you, but is there any idea? Does anybody have any idea what that collective is? Yes?
You're asking them to talk about themselves or their company. Like you're asking their advice. It's not you talking about yourself.
Yes. There's another little, it's a small nuance. Yes?
Just that you're asking like an open-ended question, so you're getting them to talk.
Yes. One more. They're all positive questions. Because if I say to you, hey, how's work? In your head you go, I had 3 fires today I had to put out, I blah, blah, blah. But if I say, hey, what brought you here today? Oh, I'm here, your brain shifts. If you say things, what exciting things are happening at your company, your brain goes positive. Now we, just by default, because I've asked you a question where you have to relate to me positively, she will have good feelings towards me because I asked a positive question and we now have a positive vibe in our networking history. But I also don't want people to whine at me all day. So I ask the positive questions. This is the best question I've ever asked, and I ask it often. Especially if you don't know them. Or if you do. Hey, Jennifer, what exciting things happening at the chamber? She's going to be like, oh, we got this, we got that, right? Because that's where their time is going. Their time at the desk, or their time in the car, or their time is going to these things that actually make them happy. And you want to ask them what makes them happy. I want to know what makes you happy. I don't want to know what makes you miserable. You know what? Things, everything, breathing. Anybody can be miserable for any reason. But if I ask you positive questions, is there anything you need that I can help you with? Are there any trends going on? Are there any positive trends? Is there anything that seems to be closing more than before in your industry? What is the best piece of advice you've received? Chris Hooks is very good at this. She always throws out a quote at the end of our Business Education Committee meeting or somewhere in that. I love you, Chris. Where it's, here's what I heard, and it's an interesting quote where sometimes you're like, okay, yeah, I can, and sometimes you're like, hold on, I got to write that down. Because it's advice that someone else has already learned because they failed. I don't want to fall on my face. I might trip a little bit. But I want to know what other people did, especially if they're in my industry, that didn't work. It's the best piece of advice. And all of these are very positive. And you want to ask positive questions because the positive questions are the engaging questions. They're the ones that are going to get you remembered. They're the ones that are going to get you, and when you see them next, hey, how are you? Instead of like, oh, there's a lady complained for 25 minutes about everything, and I'm just going to walk over here. Right? So there's a big difference in who you are and what you're doing and how you're doing it. You're building your net. Do you want your net to be on fire with anger and horrible, complaints in your head? Or do you want to pull a positive out of people? And you want your network to be a positive network. And you want people to see that they can help each other. And you want to be able to introduce someone, so saying, hey, Jason, this is so-and-so. They're going to complain to you for 20 minutes, but they really want to meet you. Or, hey, Jason, this is so-and-so, and we've talked about this, and this is a really cool trend going on in their industry. And, yeah, Jeff?
I just wanted to add to what you're saying. It's amazing work, like all these pieces of advice, because I do a lot of these things just without knowing that I should be doing them, you know what I mean? For some of us, it's easy. So I run the sales team, and some of them don't understand why they're going to a network event. So they don't know what the purpose is. So we talk about that quite a bit, like your slides and talking about today. And then really being like poignant about what you're going to do when you get there. Like, are you just going to show up and collect business cards? Or are you actually going to sit down and try to meet people? And not try to sell anything, just try to make friends. I've sat down next to people and didn't know who they were and just were like eating breakfast and started talking to them. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I own like 50 different businesses around, the Tri-State area. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. We just sit and talk, and then next thing you know, we're like best friends. And then they invite me to another event later at a different event. It's not about selling, but you have to have an idea about what you're gonna do. And I really like your points so far about like connecting with the people on the site. If there's usually an ambassador in the room, like Jen is in here. And Jen, like in this group, could introduce you to someone else in the room that you've never met before. So if you do arrive early and you get to meet people, and the people that are in charge, they can help you kind of navigate the room.
Jennifer's very good at, hey, Jennifer, I'd like to be introduced to this person. Can you help me? And she will. If she can't, she'll have Mike or Bill or one of them be like, hey, Kim, I knew you wanted to meet this person. Come on. And then they're not going to come, oh, this is Kim. She likes to complain a lot. They're going to know that this is one of my standards, right? Even if I want to meet you, even if I'm basically stalking your company online and your LinkedIn, I'm still going to come at you positively because there's something that you have that I need. Whether it's I need a new company checking account, whether it's I need an art piece for my office, no matter what it is, you have something I need. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that we have a really positive experience because I need it from you and I don't want you to hate me. I don't want you to even think badly about me. Please don't do this. Sit at a table of people you don't know. Ask Jennifer to put you at a table of absolute strangers. I knew Jeff. Jeff came directly to me. We shook hands. We had a little quick chat, and then we moved on. Right? I sat next to him because I know him, but I knew I wasn't going to get locked in there because I don't want to be here to talk to people I know. I know you guys. Love you. I'll email you later. I want to make sure that I'm meeting new people. If I'm not meeting new people, I'm not remembering their names, which I'm terrible at, but I'll remember your blue blazer. I'll remember your necklace. Your shirt looks like a necklace under your sweater. I'll remember small things about a person, and when they say, oh, I was in the front row at got it. Right? There's small things I remember. Your name? Maybe not. But please don't only talk to people you know. Please don't sit with people you know. Sit near them, especially at like a round table or a breakfast or a dinner one. Sit with a stranger, absolute stranger. Talk about the food. Oh, you tried the salmon. How is it? What is it you do? Any of these? Please take a photo. Work it out. There's so many things that you can learn from other people, but if you go and only talk to the people you know, what are you doing? What are you doing there? You're hanging out with your buddies. You're not working. You're not networking because it's for work. You're not building your net. Your spider web is not getting any bigger. You're just going in a circle. You're the spider that's hanging on, just spinning around because you know them. You know who they are. If you take one thing out of today, please take this.
How do you shake the people who know you that are monopolizing your time and you're not able to
Hold on 1 second. Jeff, how did I politely throw you off without making you feel like I did? Now you know I did, but how did I do that for you?
You say, let's go walk around and meet people. That's one of the things I say all the time. I'm like, hey, it's great to see you, man. It's awesome. Let's go around and start meeting people. I just suggest that we do it. Like, that's what we're here for. We're not here to sit and talk the whole time. You didn't pay sometimes $50, $100 to go to an event just to eat a plate of dinner. Right? You can bring Enamidine at home. That's the standard, right? You get everywhere you go. But you gotta separate yourself and divide and have an idea what you're trying to do. I like the idea of having one person you want to meet. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's your purpose.
So you know most of the time who's going to be there at a time
Mm-hmm.
on the list. And I love that idea. I'm going to take that. That's one big takeaway today is to really find someone you want to meet and be intentional when you get there.
And if they're having a bad day and you ask them positive questions,
I like it.
it's going to swap that around. Okay, who came here today together from the same companies? And you are with
The Bank of Elmer?
Bank of Elmer? Franklin?
Franklin.
Okay, so I challenge you the next time you're going somewhere, even in a small group like this, which is actually kind of the best. I had a power partner, and I didn't have a power partner because we gave each other referrals. I had a power partner because he also was at all the things I was at. And I was like, hey, we're going to do a thing, right? We're both pretty personal, and you need to meet that person, and I need to meet this person. Let's do this. We show up to the event. We do early. I'm in my car, jamming out. We meet. Beforehand, he already knows what I'm looking for, what I do. He very extensively knows what I do for a living, and I very extensively knows what he does for a living. We walk into a room at the entrance. He goes that way. I go this way. We meet at the end. Hey, I talked to so-and-so, and I think you'd really get along with him. I remember a week ago when we had our conversation, because we would talk every couple of days about what they're looking for. That's my power partner. What are you looking for? I couldn't sell him stuff for me. That wasn't beneficial for me. We didn't have the same thing. But I knew what he was looking for. He knew what I was looking for. He knew that we were trying to grow our businesses and the aspects we're trying to grow our businesses in and the departments we're trying to grow our businesses in. We'd meet at the end, and I'd be like, hey, let's go back. I want you to meet this person. And then he'd be like, I want you to meet this person, or this person had a really cool story, even sometimes not related to business, really cool story about a fish I'd love you to hear. So we go in, separate out, meet at the end, and then we go back. And we go around the whole room together. And doing things like that it doesn't always put all the pressure on you, but now you're a team. So if you're, but also, if you are stuck with Miss Miserable, or the guy's throwing you business cards, you can do, we had a sign. Rescue me now. Please come get me. Come get me out of whatever I'm in. Right? And he was bald, so his sign would be this, and was both our hands up. And so, excuse me one second, Jason. I gotta. Hey, Danny, can you come meet this person? And there you go. Now, not only are you there for your purpose and you are building your network, you have a teammate. You have an absolute teammate who cannot wait to get the things done that you have pre-planned. You had a high five about it, and you're going to go get it done, right? Makes it a little bit easier, especially if they're not in the same industry. If they're in the same industry, that's great because you know all the things. But if they're in a different industry, that's even better because you're going to talk to different people for different reasons and be able to make that cross connection. You are now giving someone else a connection. And you step back and you win because they feel better that you helped them. This person might have been looking for one of those, and guess what you just did? That's very, very important. Go in as a team, attack, attack, attack. It gets you a little bit more motivated. Plus, it's like a gym partner, right? If they're coming, shoot, I got to go. All right, I'll go with you. Right? Right? It's a little bit easier that way. Takes a little bit of the pressure off. If you don't have a power partner, call me. If I'm going, I'll help you. What are you looking for? Let's go bang it out. Preferably it's somewhere with breakfast like Quaker Baker, which is delicious.
That's the other thing too, is there's so many different types of events.
Oh.
Some of my team are young, like young kids. They're like 20 years old, 22, 23. I send them to the karaoke events for certain chambers, or they'll want to go to something that's fun. So I send them to something fun, and they go and they have a blast, and they send pictures, and they have a good time. So you can pick a lot of different, like there's wine events, there's ones you can go to. There's all different types of events happening around, and different businesses sponsor them. It's a great time to get to meet the different businesses around the area and meet people that you want to meet.
Let me tell you a story. I don't drink. I don't golf. I live in Salem County, and I'm not getting on a horse ever again. I'm all done. So how can I relate to people? Because I genuinely don't like people. So the ones that I do find, I like. I'm busy. I got stuff to do. I have enough friends. But in the same sense, my network can never be too big. So while I might not invite you to my home, when I see you out, I'm real happy to see you. Right? So there's a lot of things that, even if it's outside of your wheelhouse, I don't golf. I drive a golf cart terribly, but still have a good time doing it. But you know what I do? I sign up to sign everybody up. I hand out the papers. I do the flags at the go put the flags out. I'm involved. People are seeing me. Now I get to talk to people when they're real happy and half lit up about playing golf. Hey, what is it you do? Hi, can I take your photo for the chamber? Hi, There's a lot of ways that you can get involved, even if you don't like doing it. And usually, if you're volunteering to help, you don't have to pay a fee. Because if you're not like golfing or whatever, you don't have to. I'm not a golfer. I don't have shoes for that. Okay, I don't hike. None of that stuff. So there's a lot of ways to be a bonus in what you're doing. Now, guess who still needs volunteers? Me. I need 2. I've been 15 years voluntold. Come on up. Come on up. How's the baby sleeping?
No, she's up. So I'm gonna bring her over.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
There's early practices.
Not me. Hi, baby. Hi, pretty. What are you doing, Miss Layla? Okay, so here's what I would like for you guys to do. This is body language. This is 99% of why I'm coming to talk to you. If you look miserable, I'm coming. I'm coming at you. If you're alone in a corner, we're going to be friends. If you're on your phone, I'm going to accidentally kick you so your phone moves. I'm going to be like, hi, I'm Kim. Because you should not be doing that. So, if at all possible, can you please stand here with your version of the open? Please tell them your name and what you do.
My name is Trevon Gross Jr., and I'm a leadership coach, and I train high-capacity leaders and teams to achieve unbelievable goals.
Fantastic. Now, if you could please be our don'ts and all the things, right? Here, would you like a phone, a fake phone?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Fake phone.
Okay, hands in your pocket, feet together. Feet is very important. Your feet are where you're directed. Okay, now please tell me what you do, but make sure you're.
My name's Alicia Bjornson. I work for the State Park Service. I'm a retired member, and I came for the coffee.
Okay, so if you guys could please stand next to each other in the do and the don't.
Okay.
Oh, get dramatic about it. Come on. Am I going to come and talk to them? Who am I coming at?
This one.
No, because his hands are closed. Your hands might be in your pocket. You might be a little bit nervous. He's like, nope.
Okay.
If I'm up here speaking, that shows my intelligence. If I'm standing alone, I'm now intimidating.
Okay. That's something to
Right.
If he's standing alone,
So if I'm up here, it's actually a proven fact. Body language I'm weird about it. So body language like this, if I'm speaking to you and I do this, it shows I'm intelligent. It shows I know what to do with my hands. I'm giving my chest is out because when your hands are here, you can't help it. When I'm alone and I'm not presenting. See the difference?
So I'm also thinking about like when I'm like on stage or something, so I'm used
Nope.
to kind of having.
I need you to do the do's. All the do's.
That makes sense.
All the do's. Even if you don't know what to do with your hands, open palms. See this? If you don't know what to do, but you want your hands together, open palms. That means okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what's called a closed two.
Okay.
I need you to have direct eye contact.
Okay.
Okay. Now, open your feet a little bit, please. Thank you. Okay. So now, if I see them directly talking to each other, and they're facing each other, this is what's considered a closed two.
Okay.
I am not invited because there's nothing coming at me.
Okay.
Now, do me a favor. Take one step back. Out a little bit.
Okay.
Turn your bodies out just a little bit. Okay. But still talk to be able to look
Okay.
at.
So we're talking.
Yes.
Hi, guys. I'm Kim. Right? It's a small nuance. It's very small nuance. But if I'm locked in and I'm just talking specifically to her, she's still open. I'm like, no, I want to talk to you. Do you see? It's a small difference. Okay, now I need one more volunteer. Not Miss Layla. Come, oh, Jason, way to go out of your comfort zone. Okay, so when you're at an event, and I'm going to use Franklin Bank's example. 3 Franklin Bank employees are here. I need you to come over. Come in. Oh.
No, I see there's room
Okay.
here for a
Okay.
triangle.
Now, right, but I need you to close the triangle for me.
Okay.
Okay, Jason, take one step forward for me. Jason, take one step forward. Jason, take one step forward. Thanks. Yep, there you go. Now I'm not invited. Small nuances.
You can also, like, if I saw you over there, and I would open the circle a little bit.
Look at you teaching them all the things I was going to say. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? That
But I
tri-
do stay with a coffee
right.
and my hand in my pocket, though. But
Switch your left hand and hold your hand out for handshakes. So it's okay to be nervous and have your hand in your pocket because what are you going to do with them, right? You never really know. If you're nervous, just do this. I actually have a trick. When I get nervous, if I'm like, I've never been to this event before, it's a brand new networking group, whatever, I don't know a single soul, which I probably will once I show up, I'll recognize the face, but I didn't recognize anybody that signed up. I'll take right here and I'll just touch it. I've been doing this since I was a kid. It's all the things when I'm nervous that I do. If you see me up here sometimes, I'll do it. Just to make sure I'm remembering the slide that I'd done in my head. So the open two, show me the open two.
Open to
Yep.
it, right? Like here.
I'm not here,
Yep.
I'm here. It is open. Close two, show me again.
Close to?
Close two,
Okay, close to here.
close three. Yep, and that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Right.
And now they're locked in. If he decides he doesn't like what she's saying or she's like, this dude's an idiot, where are they going to go? There's no third to be like, oh, excuse me. Oh,
Right.
I'm a huge fan of this. Excuse me. Bye. I'm out. I'm not stuck there. Or I could say, hey, there's an open one. I'm open with them, standing because I know him better, right? So I'm standing with him, but I'm still open. Hi, Jason, this is, and I forgot their name, and you know what I can do? Hey, Jason, this is, yeah. Oh, this is Jason. And what are they going to do? Hi, I'm Kim.
And I'm Alicia.
I know you do. I've seen you and I've rescued you a couple times.
What I try to do is take the one name that I do know, and say, I say to Lisa, have you met Jason? And then usually the person will pick up and volunteer their name. If you know one of the two names.
Name tags are good for certain things, like certain events, like where it's just all networking and open and it's not kind of designated like this. I love a name tag because I'm like, now I'm not going to wear one. It's not going to match my outfit. If I don't know you, I'm only going to, that's really number one. If I don't know you, then I'm not sure if I want to, right? So that's I might like wear it like stuck on my purse or something, but I'm not going to wear it up here because it'll ruin the outfit. But also I don't want to know anybody else unless I need to know them. I already know a ton of people. Just let me figure it out. I'm good at this. I'm the shark with the strategy, but I also want to be like super friendly because I have a strategy, but I really do want to know who you are. All right, thank you to our volunteers. We appreciate you.
Good job.
Thank you, Miss Layla.
Learn how to network, girl.
Okay, so small nuances. You have a mission. You know who you're there to meet. You know what you're going to say. You know you're going to bring the positivity. You don't want to throw all your game planning and practice off because you're standoffish and don't even realize it. Smile. I have RBF so bad. But I could be thinking about like, what am I going to make for dinner? But my face is like, I actually realized, because I tan very well, I just go outside and the Lord has blessed me with that. I have tan lines here when I smile because when I'm sitting in the sun, I'm usually like this. I have tan line. I was like, oh my gosh, where those wrinkles come over the summer? I got closer. It's tan lines from my RBF. So just be careful. Smile in the sunshine, okay? Open triangular position. Accepting. Bye. Do you see the differences? Now, thank you for the volunteers because now you felt it. You know what it feels like. You didn't just see it. Try when you get back to the shop, try it. See what it feels like. Open 2, open 3. See if you actually have the tendency to want to walk towards them instead of being like, not that group. But I need a $3 million line of commercial credit, but I'm not talking to them because they look mad. Right? Because they don't want to talk to me. They're talking about somebody at work, talking about something that went on at work. It's private. I don't know that they're talking about the sun, but they're closed off, so now I am too. They have now closed themselves off to more business from strangers. So even if you don't realize what you're doing it. And body language is huge. Again, what brought you here today? This is a double slide on purpose. These are so important. If you did not take a photo, please take a photo. And at the next event, pick one phrase and ask that one phrase over and over and over. And watch how people react to you differently than they have before. I am obsessed with watching. There's one woman, and she talked about body language and positivity and the questions to ask. I'm obsessed with her. I've been obsessed with her since LinkedIn in 2020. She has shown me so many different things, and I put them into practice. I've actually put them to practice. And while I've learned many, these are the ones that stick. Okay, so this dress, unfortunately, does not have pockets. I love a dress with pockets. Who else loves a dress with pockets? Yeah. Okay. I'm sure your wife does, and she shows you that there's pockets, right? Okay, so there's something about my purse because this dress does have pockets. Okay, I will keep my business cards 3. I never bring more than 3 to an event because if I don't talk to you, if I don't make a full-on connection with you, you don't get one. Maybe the next event you'll come up. Now I have to remember you, and I'm like, it was a 30-second conversation. You threw 3 cards at me. Hold on, right? Maybe at the next event. In here, this front zip pocket, I keep my business cards. In this pocket, I keep who I'm going to contact, who I have met and had conversations with, and I'm going to either write down your email, request you on LinkedIn, it's like the Facebook after a barbecue, right? Or I'm going to have something that I told you I would do and I have to do. In here, the big one with all the other crap that girls hang on to, is all the ones that give me the cards I'm not talking to. I don't care. Thank you for the card. I'll keep it on my desk with the rest of them. But I'm very intentional with business cards because if you throw out like pasta and see what sticks, nothing's sticking. If you are this person, nothing is sticking. Nobody cares because you have done it to everyone. You don't make anybody feel special. You don't have real conversation with anyone, and they think you're a fraud. They don't want you're going to do that to them when okay, I need what you do. But what, you're just going to throw more business cards at me and ask me how I can help you? You're going to try and sell me every time I see you? Stop.
Do you think the business card itself is important?
Some. I'll say some people love that QR code. Here, I'm in your phone. I'm not going to remember who you are in my phone. There's 1,000 people in there. Probably more than 1,000. But if I have your card, me personally, I know I'm not speaking for anybody else, the business card is tangible because not only do I have it, I have to physically put it in my phone. On the back of your card at an event, if I have kept your card and you were in the front pocket of who I'm contacting, I take out the Sharpie that I keep in the same pocket and I put blue jacket, talked about her dog, hair back, loved her classes, she needs LinkedIn help. And I put them in there. I do a little wave on it, let it dry, put it in there. Because when I'm done, because I was networking, I still have things to do. I have follow-ups to do. I wanted to talk to Dawn about this, that, and the other, and I didn't get the chance. She had mentioned something on a little more personal level, and I didn't get the chance, but I'm going to send her an email because now I'm curious. I've had 2 days to think about it. Now I want to know. Those things that go through your brain after an event where you just kind of catalog it all, that's really, really important. And you can always take the other cards, put them in there and go, who was that person I was talking to? Was it this one? The people that get on my nerves that give me the card, on the back I put terrible breath. It happens. Shark, which means they're just going to throw me their cards and tell me to buy from them. Right? So I now have notes. So someone's like, oh, I met so-and-so at an event. And I'm like, why do I know that name? And I go and I look and I go, oh, okay. I don't say, oh, well, I met them and they were kind of pieces. Right? I don't do that. But now I have a very separate way for what I'm doing and how I'm going to now organize and catalog my time I spend at an event because I'm working. I'm networking. It's a thing you got to do. Dawn.
So I do that at the restaurant. I don't do it with business cards, obviously, but when I touch tables, when I meet people, I get their names, I get a little information. I put it in my notes in my phone, their name, where they sat, like in the restaurant or if they're at the bar, just because I like to I like to talk to people and network at my own job, because I feel like that's important to bring people back in, to make
It
it a
is.
little bit more personable on that level.
And you are very good at that. People I know that just met you were like, oh, I met Dawn from Engine House. She's so great. I'm like, she is, right? And I'm like, well, how long have you known her? And they're like, oh, I met her once. Did you? And I'm like, I know, because that's who you are. And I think that's really, really great. That is memorable because she's asking them questions about themselves, right? She's not saying, hey, do you want to buy additional appetizers? Oh, do you want to try our sale drinks? She's having a conversation. She's not selling. She's talking. Right? And that's a great way to do it, Dawn. You are an all-star. When I saw your name on this, I was like, why is she coming? But I love you for it. Okay. So a lot of these things, jot a note. Don't go, hi, I'm Kim. Here's my business card. Because what are you doing? Oh, shh. Right? Now you're like, oh, no. Because you don't want to be that person. If you don't want that person coming to you, do not be that person. Follow up effectively. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't make a promise if you're not going to do it. Put it in your notes app like Dawn uses. If it's someone you already know and you said you were going to do something, do it. Follow through with what you said. Oh, I saw an article about blah, blah, blah. I'll send it to you. Now, some people will just pick up the phone and be like, I'll send it to you right now. And they're like, what am I going to do while I'm just standing here in a closed tube while you're at your phone. Cool. Right? So just do it after. Do it after. Those conversations, let's take that offline, right? And incorporate. We'll take that offline. That means I'm about to argue with you. Send a brief email or LinkedIn message with a thank you. Now, I've been to an event where everyone I spoke to, or they saw my name on something like this, and they send me a request on LinkedIn. I'm telling you right now, you can all request it on LinkedIn. You are approved. However, there's the shark that doesn't hand you the business cards, but suddenly you're on their LinkedIn. And you're like, oh man, 5 minutes ago I left the event, and here they are, trying to sell me again, right? So just be careful. Hey, can I add you to my LinkedIn? Is that okay? Are you on LinkedIn a lot, or are you more of like a Facebooker?
Are you asking me?
I'm physically asking you.
No, I think I'm on Facebook for like personal, but LinkedIn, yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of times they'll start requesting you on LinkedIn. You're like, I don't even check it. I haven't opened my LinkedIn in 2 years because it's just like Facebook and I don't want to do it. Right? So ask. Ask and get approved. Because if you're knocking on my door and you didn't call me first, bro, you're not coming in. I got a big dog and a little dog. I actually have a Great Dane, and now I have a pit bull puppy rescue. It's been super fun the past 2 months in my house. But I'm going to make my big dogs bark, or I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to absolutely ignore you. So ask permission to invade someone's space, please. It's just nicer. Jeff said it earlier. Oh, they invited me to another event. Oh, that was great. Hey, if you really connected with someone and you're like, I just like who they are as a person, maybe they could be that power partner Kim was talking about. Hey, there's an event I have to go to Thursday. Do you want to come? I don't want to go by myself. Thursday's like my tired day, and they made it for 5:30, and do you want to come with me? Right? Bonus tips. Attend consistently. Go to everyone? No. You will get burnout, you will hate it, and there's no song that will fix it. Because I did it. In a 2-year period, I was on the chamber. I was on the Chamber Business Education Committee. I was in BNI. I was an ambassador in BNI. I was in 5 other chambers. I was in a national marketing campaign. I hated everyone. Don't do it. If you go and your song or your motivation doesn't get it for you in the car, drive away. You are going to have a bad time. It's not going to be okay. I don't care if you paid $100 for that dinner. If your attitude is not in it and you can't self-regulate, today's not the day. Don't do it. You will ruin your reputation faster than you will fix it. If your heart's not in it, don't do it. But show up. Show up consistently. Show up to seminars. If I see the same people at seminars, I'm like, what, they like learning? That's going to be someone I want to talk to, right? Hey, did you read any good books? What have you learned today? What's a piece of advice you got? Right? So volunteer or speak, or voluntold, Mike and Bill and Jennifer. Voluntold. Join a committee, you'll get voluntold, whether you want to or not. And a lot of times it's right in your wheelhouse. Doing this, networking, is in my wheelhouse. I've been doing it for 25 years, pretty successfully. Volunteer to help. I don't golf, but I'll sign you up and now I'll learn your name. I'll be like, what do you do? I'll see who you came with. If you're with a bunch of, then I'm not going to talk to you either, right? I can see how you react in a public situation. I can see how you react under pressure. I can see how you are in a competitive environment. Do I want to do business with you? Should I do business with you? Can you handle your liquor in public? Golf events are the best way to find that out. Update your LinkedIn. I have LinkedIn where they tell you if you looked at my profile. 99% of the time, I don't look at who looked at my profile because I don't care, right? It's out there. It's public. It's literally public knowledge. My Facebook, lockdown. You only see what I want you to see. Why? Because if I don't know you, you don't get to knock on my door. Jeff, can you hear my phone? Okay, so there are people in work situations, thank you very much. There are people in work situations that think they have been able to jump to personal because they know I have a Great Dane and a baby pit bull, right? Oh, I don't talk about them. I say information, and that's it. So when I go to my Facebook and I go to friends, can you read that number of pending friend requests that have sat there for 5 years?
360.
Whoa.
My favorite is a couple of them I actually bothered to deny, and they re-requested. If you don't ask permission, you are knocking on someone's door like a salesman. If I don't know you, we have 37 mutual friends, pick one and say, hey, how do I know this person? Because I'll screenshot. We have 3 mutual friends. I'll send it to a person. How do I know this person? You don't. They just broke up with their husband. Okay, that's nope, no thank you, right? Or, oh, I remember that face. I'm at an event. And then sometimes I'll be like, oh, and I'll look at their page and I'll be like, absolutely not. Because they don't have their stuff on lockdown. Do I have opinions? Yep. Do you know them so far? Not really. Right? Lock down your personal, open your professional. If you are at a networking event, make sure your work information is out there. But they will check your personal. And if you know the scumbags that I know, oh, buddy, we're not going to be friends at all. This is usually what it's like at the end of the night. Frazzled, trying to figure out your cards. You have to ride home. In Salem County, sometimes you're like, oh, it's dark. I got to watch for deer. My high beam's on. Look at this traffic because I waited all the way till the end. Right? It's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. You get to get up and do it all over again. Comments? Concerns? Yes?
So a few events that I've been to were in the healthcare industry. It's a little clicky.
Yep.
How did we break into those cliques effectively?
Can you give me a specific situation?
Well, it's like you've spoken about, like the networking events where they're all huddled at their table together,
Mhm.
eating their breakfast, and you kind of walk by and they're just kind of,
Is there a seat at the table?
no. But there's opportunity to network before and after.
Okay. Break the barrier. Walk up. Hi, I'm Kim. I've heard a lot about what you guys do, and I would love to really. I've heard you have done an article about this. I've heard you had this experience, and could you tell me about that? Now they're going to step back, and you're welcome into their closed.
Okay.
If you go up and be like, "Hi, I can't wait to meet you. Hi, I'm so and so. Here's my business card," they're going to be like, "No," because it's probably like that because they've had to deal with it, and they're like, they're a top pharmaceutical company or top doctors, and they're like, ugh, right? So they're used to people coming and sharking them under the radar. Positive questions, good experiences, ask them about themselves, and then 2 ears, 1 mouth. That's an easy way to break a click. Sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you gotta, right? Sometimes you have to. And it's not the best, it's not the easiest, but I start to challenge myself. I'm part of a national network, so I've gone, I'm going to go to Indiana, and people are like, where are you from, New York? I'm like, Jersey, thank you. I'm in California, where I couldn't find a Dunkin' for the life of me, but there's 37 Starbucks. And someone said, are you from New Jersey? You're wearing a lot of black. And I just looked down, and I was like, yep, right? But when I go to the events where there's hundreds, thousands of strangers sometimes, learning events, I mean, you don't know anybody. You have to break, and the easiest way to do is to meet 3 at a time, right? So, screw it, here I come. I'm ready.
I know it's easier when you know no one, when you're.
Oh, same.
Yeah, at
Same,
all.
same. Because then you have to do the work, right? Chris?
I have a tip that I didn't even realize is a tip. But I really kind of look around the room, and I think our society, we don't compliment each other enough. And I always text
I love a stranger comment. Love it.
And I'll just go over kind of quietly and say, I just have to tell you, I love your dress. It's the most beautiful dress in the room tonight. Now you have a friend. So I'm not saying it needs to be genuine. You know.
Here's the thing. I love a random compliment. Every woman does. It's just a thing. But I don't want to talk about it. If someone says to me, you have the most beautiful dress, I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I'm keeping up. Or it's like, oh, I got it at Macy's. Or it has pockets, right? And I'll show you. But then I keep moving because I appreciate that. But what did you do that for? If you try and stay, now you had an agenda for the compliment. It's not genuine. Neither are you. And I've written you off. I'm a rescuer. Their sweaters stuck in their pocket, their tags sticking out. I'm in a mall in a whole other state, and somebody has a tag sticking out, and I just walk up to them and I flip it in and I pat their back and keep going. Because don't you have friends? No, the person sitting next to you doesn't care enough about you. I, random stranger, shall rescue you. Right? Because I'm helping. I'm helping you now. And is it awkward? Sometimes they're like, and I'm like, oh, your tag was sticking out. And you just keep moving. But if my tag was sticking out, do unto others, right? If my tag's sticking out, please somebody help me. It's a tall, okay? I know my dress is a tall.
So the second part is if you're consistently networking with the medical professionals, the next time that person, you might be able to approach and actually introduce. That's what I mean. Like if you're at a chamber event, you see the same people quite a bit. So
Yeah. And healthcare is a hard thing to break into. It really is, because contractors want to work on the building. People want to know what you're doing. Competitors are directly up your booty. Like, there's a lot going on in the healthcare industry. And people are starting to realize that the healthcare industry is a business now, and they run it like a business, and they want the business because they see the money. And so it's hard in a lot of ways when someone's just trying to show up and have a conversation. It's, I want from you, I want from you, I want from you. And you only have so much to give. And if you can't, look, if you are 20 minutes in and you've talked to 3 people and you feel that your pockets are sufficiently with who you're going to talk to, leave. Go. Secondary piece of advice, if you're done, go. If you got there, you were motivated, you were ready, you met like 3 or 4 people, you might have had a cocktail, you might have had a bacon wrapped shrimp or whatever. Go. When you're done and your social meter has hit here, go. I cannot tell you, Jennifer, thank you very much. I got a 45-minute drive. I'm tired. My kid has freaking lacrosse. I have to pick her up. Whatever it is. My brain can't anymore. I am at capacity at my now 10.5-hour day. And if another person talks to me, I'm going to freak out. If a stranger touches me for no reason, they're going to get these hands, right? So you just, when you're done, be done. When you're ready, do it. Get it done. Teamwork. Yes?
I mean, one of the things that's worked for me over the years with networking is kind of what you said earlier, was kind of going through the list of who's going to be there, have a kind of a target of like, hey, I want to meet these 2 or 3 people. And one of the ways I kind of approach it as an icebreaker, I guess you could say, especially if you don't know them already, is just kind of, when you go to make the introduction, you're like, hey, my name's Nick from Franklin Bank. Who are you here? Who are you here that you're trying? Who is here that you're trying to meet today? And then if you can make that connection for them, like, oh, Bob, I know Bob, why don't we come over, and then now you're in the conversation, and then you're actually learning more from their conversation, and you're more or less like listening. Because in my line of work, I work in commercial lending, it's a long game. Like, it's not like walking into a store, you're trying to get something, and you're like, oh, there's gummy bears, I could get gummy bears. I don't have that like instant sale. It's not like a widget. So mine's more like the long game, and for me, and I'm sure most of you guys know too, it's how do you create value? And if you can connect somebody with another person, like instantly like that, you're already creating value, and it's not about you, it's more or less about like, well, how can I help you in that particular sense? And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten calls from people that I connected with other people over the years. It's like, hey Nick, I got this guy, that needs to, he's buying a manufacturing company, would you be interested in having a conversation with him? Just like the little intro. So kind of creating that value piece goes a long way for them. From my experience.
I absolutely agree with that. I have seen can I introduce you to someone, light on fire and turn into a dumpster very quickly. They go, oh, grab the person and start almost running over, dragging them, interrupting the person they want to introduce them to so they can be the hero. Don't be the hero, okay? Do it gently. Okay, well, I see Bob over there. If you give me a minute, excuse me 1 second, I'm going to go over and talk to him and let him know you'd like to be introduced. Is that okay? Now, you have asked permission, right? You've asked permission to help them. They have to say yes to you or say no. It's like a sale. You give me yes or no. You have to. Now, they've given you permission. Now you're going to go to talk to Bob, who you know, and you're like, hey, Bob, do you have a second? So-and-so would like to talk to you. Not really sure what it's about, but they would like to connect with you. Are you interested in doing that? Does he have the capacity to talk to a stranger right now? Where's his coffee level at? Has he eaten? Did he just get there? Did he put his stuff down, right? Would you like to do that? Absolutely. Great, Bob. When you get a second, I'll be over there. I'm going to go talk to him. Let him know you're coming over. I'll see you in less than 5. Great. I talked to Bob. He's really excited about coming over. He would love to have a conversation with you, but he's finishing up a couple things. Why don't you continue to tell me about what you have going on at your office? Look at you. You're the work matchmaker. You're making business everywhere for everybody else. And that's really, really important. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm going to tell you a story. Puppy. Oh, this puppy's old. My Great Dane is tired. She's old. She is old. And she is tired. But when I say to the puppy, do as I say, do it now, he reacts, but with fear. And if you're snatching somebody and bringing them somewhere and introducing somebody else, they're going to react. And they're going to be like, oh, thanks. I'm Kim. Nice to meet you. I wanted to speak to you about, now you've ruined the whole thing. Versus when I tell the puppy, I said no. I don't want to have to yell or be forceful for someone to understand what I'm trying to convey. Can I? Yep, I'm a dago. I can get real loud real fast. Especially if you're in my kitchen and I'm cooking, get out of the way, right? But you also want to be like, hey, I'm cooking. I need you to stay over there 27 minutes, please. Everything will be done. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You can get your message across, you can get the connections together, and you can do it in a very careful way. Just watch your RBF. That is my piece of advice. Watch your RBF. Don't be a shark. And please, what was the piece of advice I asked you to remember? The one thing that you guys can take from this today. Don't hang out with the people you know. Sit at a table with strangers. Is there a table open? Yes. Is anybody sitting there? No. Am I going to sit there so you can come and talk to me because I look lonely? Absolutely. Right? Depends on how I feel that day. But yeah, I don't talk to anybody that I know usually for more than 2 to 5 minutes. Don't talk to people you know. Jeff.
My advice for that lone player, like where you're trying to be a client, that's a big point. You have to realize that sometimes when you send them, the people that are going to the events are PR people sometimes. They might not be the person that you really want to meet.
Mm-hmm.
They could be a gatekeeper to get you where you want to be. So you have to kind of turn it back on them. Having them see you a couple times at different events is good, and then commenting on it, hey, I've seen you a couple things now. What do you guys have going on? Because everybody has something that they're going to sponsor for the year or something that they're doing when they're a bigger business. And then if you can break in by maybe attending their thing that they need people to go to, and then, making yourself more visible, then you're doing for them more, and they're going to see it. It's a long play. It's not going to be an immediate. I have reps come back after they go to an event. They're like, I didn't get any sales out of it. Like, no, you're not going to get any sales out of it.
It's farming, it's not hunting.
That's not the end result. The end result is really building relationships and building bridges and making connections.
You are farming, you are not hunting. The hunter comes out with one. Might be a lion, but it's one. But you can still fill a boat with minnows as easy as you can a whale. Farm, farm,
Or fish.
farm. Or fish. I like fishing. I don't eat fish, but I like fishing. If it swims like this, I'm not doing it. Any other questions? Helpful advice for others? I'm all done. Thank you. And thank you, volunteers.